Did I talk to Stan? Probably, but... Oh, right. I did read that. John wishes to discuss the distribution of the treasure. I'm still kind of like, we didn't really explain ourselves very well, which, like, you know, did a certain someone know when he mentioned the ruins beneath the bounty what we were getting? Like, he must have known that there was, He just tempts it with ruins. And then, you know, we just sort of ask around. We get this map. Like, shouldn't we be concerned that this merchant had a map that unlocked everything and was, like, real? And he just had this. Like, shouldn't you not be concerned about Marshawn? Like, about that a bit? And then, though, we did all kind of, like, jump the gun. And, you know, maybe we should have asked, like, a really old dragon who is, like, been the leader in place of the Satrap for, as the actual Satrap for how long? Maybe he would know something about ruins underneath the bounty? I mean, it is sort of like, we just got a little excited because we're doing something that's not like life world saving and was just like exploring. But we don't really explain. Shall we begin? Oh, let me move my, just realized my... Hang on. This cat's way over here. There we go. Let's move this back over here. Alright. Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. Hornet, you are to visit Kiali and Yedilmald. Speak with Matsia and his people and listen to their grievances. Estinian, I bid you do the same at Palaka's stand. I will be conducting my own inquiries at the Gigansgal grounds. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene yet. Maghaduta. Hey! I pronounced most words. I'll take it. I will take it. Alright. So, I'll find Matsia. Oh, goodness. Oh, oh, excuse me. There's something in the air today that keeps trying to make me sneeze. Oh, he's still standing there. Let's see. Oh, Cornet. I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. You've finished with the boat, then? Yes. Yeah, we're done with the boat. Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Khazal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives, For now, we're just banding together as best we can. Greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit to Thavnir, then you must try my special Amara Lassi. It is refreshing zest. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally, I part with 3 bottles for a generous price of 19,800 gil, but for you, I am willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. I am not a Stinian. Tempting. Still not turning a profit these days, I take it. Times are harsh, my friend. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are still shifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. Oh. How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger has passed, certainly. But no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Khazal and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure he would have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done. God's rest his soul. Alright. Here we go. There we go. Top one. Handy. Twould seem my stint on Vitra's back did not go unnoticed. I couldn't take 2 steps before another Thavnarian was thanking me profusely for saving their home. My advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel, now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling, to say the least. And there are still a few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit. Come on, brain, read. When refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Yed Mad. I'll get it right one day. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs, for the most part. Palakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of Gigensgall to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnir has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated. Its prosperity depended on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade, so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akali and Yed Imad? I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yedlmad. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beasts sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale, repeated over and over. So many lives lost. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. But we will not. Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you've brought me, and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries.
I thank you for your attendance.
Oh, hello, voice acting.
The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadar's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. Made aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karazal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our
what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
No pressure. Gah. I remember Idleshire because, yeah, I've handed over a whole bunch of stuff to her. Even Stevie's looking down at me. Oh, which? Not the first one. I wouldn't go with that one. I wonder if I'm even getting that just because I have done so much of that quest. I think I finished her off. That was one of the few I did. I understand this is the quote, like, it takes a village to raise or something. I'm sure it doesn't matter super much, but I'm still like, Oops. Oh, what was that? Oh, how did I do that? Damn it. Hide. Guess maybe?
Of course, we can draw on trading profits to build a new institution. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of our Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings Such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name. A fitting candidate. Kalzal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Narad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Yeah, seriously. Speaking of the shady peddler. No? Okay.
Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation.
Sounds good.
Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
A plus. It's good. God, their armor is really like shiny and spiky looking. My eyes are like,
See to
ah.
the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than
I
is
should have been hanging
necessary.
around the last hour in Raktika where it's just like green and browns. This is like, oh.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
5 balls. I know. Offering me food again. You're trying to fill my inventory again, game. That would actually might be useful though. I gotta admit. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm running out of... I don't really have much in the way of good. White mage food right now. Vitra is warming to his role as a trap. Clearly, all those years behind the curtain were not spent napping. Thank you for putting forth Kazal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Y'shtola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Y'shtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. I thought the satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Ahwen assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. And I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish, allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. And likewise, maybe we should explain, don't worry, Tola's not necessarily trying to get to their teeth. She's more interested in the first. not, you know, not the world of darkness, man. You can find your way to the High Crucible, I trust. You must rejoin my unit and assist with bringing the city's orphans under our care. Way over there, huh, you're still? Alright, so... Main threat. Do, do, do. I hear what your scholarly comrade has to say. For one who claims it is too late to save his sister, Vitra seems awfully interested in whatever revelations Tola might have to share.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vitra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first.
I remember, game.
You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the walls separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many voids sent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question.
Point for Justinian.
Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner.
God, whenever I see these things, I think of Castle Basil.
Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first.
Oh dear. Poor Graha's never gonna live that down. Poor Graha.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
And they put the souls into the statues. Gotcha.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
How do you intend to get your answers?
No, the danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you
Yes, but
stepped through.
Tola wants to go to the first, not the 13th. Although, I guess she's...
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Oh. I go with that one, because that is like...
Since when were you one for the quiet life?
Mm.
Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
No pressure.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Still.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
Oh, so you do want to go. Okay, but you still, like, we're meant to be trying to get back to the first, not the 13th. Come on.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
Daymir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
That's not shocking.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Numion. Oh, do I want to? Oh no. Oh no, do I want to say that? I mean... They're really getting us a little cheeky, although this isn't quite as this isn't like throw under the bus, this is just... Oh, do I? Do I dare? I will, okay. Hopefully I won't.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Sorry, I'm punching again. Damn it.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelf, myself being of little use. Go on ahead. Still need to find MotR and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
I mean, true, Astidian could just jump.
let us be on our way as well.
Okay, so how are we gonna get into the restricted section then, Stola?
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Oh. Oof, expensive from here. I think my friend put reduced rates back up. Oh, there she is. If we were to enter the Numeon's restricted archives with a minimum of us, then we must secure the permission of the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind? What of Scoliarch Montishine? He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. 'Tis settled. Let us head to the phenomenon and see if he is willing to help us once more. We never had any 6.0 had you still follow us, did we? That looks like a convo point. I like that apparently they put them all on the map now, which is nice. Okay, there's one. Okay, good. Supposedly I could teleport, but... Here's a chatty point. What was our normal talk? If I was pressed to name our allies in the Forum, Scoliarch Montishine would certainly be at the top of the list. Hopefully he agrees to aid us with our request. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. Never had the chance to attend the studium. Neither did Thancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louis Soir took him off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Ooh, actually a chance to say words. Mm. Hmm. Oh, this is tough. I want to know both. Oh, never mind me. It was idle thought. Oh, okay. Can I repeat? Can repeat. Okay. Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't give up my time with Master Matoya for the world. The dank cave I studied in was about as far from the bright and airy halls of the academia as one could get. But it was a wondrous and magical childhood nonetheless. Oh, yeah. Does her talk change? Because I know sometimes... No. Okay. Open it. Oh no, it's not. I don't run around through here much. Yet. There we go. Ah, visitors. And quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Scoliarch. But we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numion's restricted archives. Oh ho! No furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb the vault of forbidden wisdom? Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House de MotR has lain dormant in Charlene's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Marvelous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request for the forum's consideration. Although, your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Why, Master Fauchenal, of course. He can hardly ignore the earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fauchenal on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we will pay a visit to the Levier estate and plead our case. Ah, one last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Scullyark. We will be sure to pass on any revelations. The forum can be a cantankerous beast. One needs a persuasive voice to get it moving in the desired direction. Montaigne seems optimistic, but I doubt convincing Fauchenal to champion our cause will be as simple as showing up on his doorstep. Yeah. Oh, hang on, you're still... Hang on. 1 sec. Oh, 4 minutes. Okay, never mind. Is there any other convo spots? No. I don't think so. There's not. So wait, supposedly... We put this to the test. Hey! Cool. That's handy, because that would have been a long walk. Well, you're still, good luck. Ah, Mistress Cornet, Mistress Y'shtola. How may I be of service? We've come to speak with Master Fauchenal. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the Master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. Well, well. Eminence would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. Oh, go for it, Y'shtola. This is on you. Oh no, I'm explaining too. Oh boy. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time round. Scullyark Montaigne expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you, will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again. Unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister. She was his guardian and his friend. Wait, what? For a brother who misses his sister. For a brother who misses his sister. Oh! Gotcha. I know he's talking about. That took me. Oh, my brain. She was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on the thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such separation must be. Ooh, you're playing into the wall, you're still... Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet. The Forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldestian Annex. The matter is out of our hands. All that remains is to return to the Annex and await word from the Forum's decision. Go have some tea, Stella. Oh, it was a big... Why is it a big... glowy? Oh, that's why. It's a big glowy. So, what did the Forum decide? Oof. To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian, and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry into the archives was the least we could do in return. Oh! That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I am sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and bid you good day. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising? Aye. But that very stoicism is exactly what Charlian needed to guide it through not one, but 2 exoduses. If I were but 5 years younger, I'd cast aside my lectern and join you on your adventures in a heartbeat. No. Curious. No, nothing. No talk. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes. Now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Demir's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. I bet. I'd like to set out as soon as you're ready. I bet. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume. You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Oh, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. Shall we? Yeah, just go. Log on it. Discuss. To think, the set of instructions I laughingly imagined may actually exist, but yalms away from where you found me napping. If I had known Al-Zadal's the Third's exploit sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. A lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. Archon, Ishtola, and guest identified. Do you wish to proceed to the restricted archives? Follow me, if you would. Watch your step, and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged.
House Damir's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
This isn't as big as I would have expected. So many books I've yet to read. Yes, yes, we are here for one specific volume. You needn't remind me. Entitled Goldsmith's Journal. Today, in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful void-born creature. She was so unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes blazing not with hunger, but trembling like a candle's flame, flickering, threatening to flicker out at any moment. I wonder if she is even the proper word. Such distinctions seem inconsequential, insignificant even. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite, transcendent being. Though you were tempted to read more, this does not seem to be the volume you're seeking. Yeah, nope. A weighty tome. Hi, cat, I see you down there. Nope, and here he is. Hello, cat. What do you want? I'm in the middle of reading books, buddy. Come here. Hi, what you want? He wants to try and lie on my lap, but oh, buddy. Oh. Hey, no, don't wiggle. Come on. Alright. Come on. Down you go then. Oh, I'm not covered in hair. I managed to escape being haired too bad. Primal dispositions. In the year 1564, the 6th astral era, Yamalja summoned Ifrit, their patron god. Accounts describe the being as a gigantic lizard-like being with a potent command of fire-aspected magics. If we consider that primal summoning is an act fueled by faith and prayer, it is unsurprising, if not expected, that the resulting deiform and entity should manifest the appearance and powers with which it is attributed by its worshippers. What then might emerge from the aether should one who believes in an almighty omniscient gosh, and to attempt the same ritual? Would the scholar himself grace us with his presence, some other embodiment of divine sagacity? Could this man-made god truly be all-knowing? And if it were, whence would such knowledge arise? I myself has many questions concerning the nature of the ancient world, with no spell to transport me back to the old days. To days of old, could I instead summon a being possessed of encyclopedic wisdom of every age, yet with no means to verify its pronouncements? How could one be certain they were true? Though your mind spins with the possibilities discussed therein, this does not seem to be the volume you are seeking. Jump. Epiphanies of House Damir. The following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift-spanning apertures as devised by Nuhashan, the 9th patriarch of the House of Daemir. We present these research notes to the faculty of Charlene Studium as both a token of our friendship and expression of our boundless admiration. We appear to have located the forbidden volume you seek. She told them we will need to make the final confirmation. Have something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies, I flipped open but a single book and was completely absorbed by the contents. Sure were. Well done, Cornet. I think you may have found our prize.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Daimir's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
Oh. Oh!
Among the ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard.
Ah, the cavernous maw! You never know where you'll end up if you... Was it fall into its jaw? What did I remember Shantota's quote, but... yes. We're very intimately... I guess you could say. God knows I've jumped into so many of those maws. Yeah, that this makes a lot of sense that this is where we're going. I mean, that's how we get to the past in 11! And that's how we get to the alternate universe that is Abyssy. I should have seen this coming, actually. Shouldn't I? 'Cause, yeah. Yeah, I should have called that one.
From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations.
They were hanging out. Of course, also in 1.0, when shit started going bad, you kept seeing them like appear over aetherites, and then they would like drain and turn like yellow. I don't remember. I have no idea quite what that was about because I wasn't that far in story, but yeah.
Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate. Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Void Scent, has been discussed among academics for years now.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, God knows I've run into tons of them.
Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
I have the screen caps.
And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves? Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Good call. Let's not get in trouble. Congratulations on locating the object of your search. Please move along. As much as I would love to start crafting the Atomos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a Hannish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our House Daemir project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge more forbidden literature, I will be here. Patron mode disabled, security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, Nidhana can. I say we return to Thavnir and look for her at the Great Work. Boy, we're just hopping back and forth across the world. We're having some rests because there's a lot of aether. Still sand. Oh wait, why did I do routes at I'm dumb. Alright. All these sallow, sleep-deprived faces, with their eyes still burn with fiery zeal. Some things never change. Hi, Nidhana. Y'shtola tells me you are pursuing a most fascinating study, and that you want me to be part of it. I have no doubt you will be interested. This research log should speak for itself. Will it now? By the sisters, this is the mark of House Daemir. I never even knew such a work existed. Few should. It was sequestered in the Numion, its restricted archives after all. It was! But that means every word within is forbidden knowledge. A forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand? I can hardly wait to read it. I love you, Nitana. He's after your own heart there, Justola. To think the Dimir were developing such marvelous techniques so long ago. How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you helping us build a new mock Atomos? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a Dimir project that had even been, that even the redoubtable scholars of Charlian, that had even the redoubtable Charlians of Charlian. Work on a Dimir project that had even the redoubtable scholars of Charlian trembling in their sandals. No alchemist of the great work could resist. You are... See? I was right! You are a woman after my own heart. Nailed it. Oh, I suppose I should ask. What do you mean to do with this big-mouthed Sicrolum? Whatever. Once we've built it. So, there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Today is a day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it myself, I think. Manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Then by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we've finished gathering the components I require. Charlian's markets provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals, but I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such liquid, you need go no further than the font of Maya. The ascetics of old once favored the place for their meditations, and the water which pools there now is known to enliven the flow of ether. That sounds perfect. If you would be so kind as to fill the flask, a flask at the pool, I will petition Vitra to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command the Void Gate. Shall we be about it then? We will meet back here anon. There is no greater joy than having a new puzzle to ponder. Ah. Oh, there's a sightseeing spot. Hello. I'm sure I haven't run around here in a while. Oops. I admit, I definitely was not expecting the majority of the new MSQ to be basically we're hanging out with Toll and Justinian. And right there he is! Speak of the devil! Like, unexpected. Archon Ishtola requested that I join you, but of her plans she offered scant detail. Yeah, it surprised me. Oh, I forgot to mention, the font of Maya attracts aggressive wildlife, and you should watch out for them when you go there next time. My apologies. It's fine, I flew right in. The boy, Nahrand, was glad to hear the news of the Foundation. It means a new life for him and his sister. Good. Do you have that flask for me? I do. Here you go, Ishtola. Yes, this should suffice. Thank you, Cornet. Ooh, happy-handed. Pity? Joe is eager to depart from Volt. I bet you are. Look who I came across. Estinian seemed in need of a diversion, and we, in turn, may have need of his lance. Right then. Now that our little party is assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. Will we have need of Matsia's boat again? Not this time. When Stitolo informed me of our destination, I arranged for a vessel to be made ready at I can't even say it now. I was saying it a minute ago. Kalia. Ugh. Your Excellency is ever the gracious host, shall we? Okay. Oh, I still have a bunch of quests there too, don't I? Oh, I have a few clusters. I don't remember where I left the quest find. I got through a lot of them, but there's just a few pockets. Beach crabs! For all your Dunes flashbacks. They know what they're doing. They know. Sticking crabs on the beach and then crabs in caves and... Right. 'Tis likely not needed with Vacheron along, but I held onto the map against the chance we might return to the ruins. Have you talked to him about that map? And all this time I thought the tales of El-Zadal's horde were no more than a drunken sailor's fancies. Onto the boat, if you please. We can chat on the way there. You need not keep your weapons close at hand. The Guardians will not attack if I am present, so I pray you leave them be. We promise. Oh, hello, persons. The ship is yours to command. Our thanks. We set sail at once. Oh, this is so exciting. Alzadel's legacy. To see the truth of the legend with mine own eyes. All aboard for the treasure vault. Yes. Instantly here. I thought we cleared this place of constructs the last time we came through. It would seem a few stragglers remained. Oh, okay. Poor Vitra. You really should have spoken with Estinian before we left. I shudder to think what we've cost them in terms of construct materials. Oh no, Estinian. Estinian! He laid waste to them ere I could utter a single word. I'm so sorry, Vestron. We can't take him anywhere, I swear. Could have hesitated for just a moment. Stinian.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
I mean, with Ascians running around, mind you, they can just jump into the rift anywhere, so, yeah, so actually it didn't matter. Probably. I say that, but anyway.
What is it you're doing now?
There's something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Well, going myself doesn't matter. I don't need a warding scale. I have... Yeah, and we already know I'm fine because... So that's pointless. I'm gonna... Oh, I get what she's up to. Oh, I know what she's doing. I have twigged. That's hilarious, though. That's just a Justinian. Go on, Justinian. Oh, this... How many times are we... Like, all the comments are so, like... cheeky to our friends. The Graha one wasn't bad. That one was kind of fond. Like, I figured. Like, we like him too much to, like, throw him under the bus. That was just, you know, LOL. But that one's another one that's like, let's chuck him into the void gate. It'll be fine. That's a little too cheeky. And like I say, the first one doesn't even, like, that doesn't prove anything. So...
Very good. I see you've been paying attention.
I have. And I'm not that mean to Estinian. He might be an idiot, but we're not chucking him through Void Gate.
As Vritra sent his simulacrum, so too shall we rely on a familiar to bear the brunt of any unpleasant consequences. now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born. Water, water, froth and fire!
Oh my.
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual.
She wanted to be a magical girl.
In any case, these two should serve as well. This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate, Your Excellency?
Ah, yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void sense slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nidana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
Now we're...
And we are glad for it.
I'm not
Let us
gonna pick
begin,
on her.
shall we?
Brenda's too cute herself to pick on Y'shtola for that.
Nixies, into the void.
Uh-oh, though. This is probably gonna, you know, get some attention. Given certain cutscenes earlier. I struggle to picture Y'shtola as a little girl. Easier to believe she sprang fully formed from one of Master Matoya's cauldrons. Sisters save me. I will never see Y'shtola the same way again. Froth and foam, indeed. Every time I come here, it reminds me of that dark portal above the Crystal Tower. and the final lash of as a doll does tail as she plunged into the void. We need to wait for a time to ensure a meaningful result. Be patient and keep watch for any intruders. Donna's so excited.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
Ooh. Oh. Well.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
They're coming through!
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
Oof.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
Mm.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Unakalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. It was Elidibus, as I recall, who rescued Unakalhai's spirit from his final battlefield. But I wonder if there were others whom the emissary saved from oblivion.
Oh, yes. Oh, same person. I mean, it's the same one. I've done a troll quest line, so...
Silver? The adventurer who traveled with the Warriors of Light? And you say she was another of Elidibus's pawns?
Yep. I wonder if it helps I've done that. Not for this bit.
I see. So Cielo, or rather Silver, was beguiled by the same dreams of heroism as Unakalhai. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition? I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives?
Oh.
Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
We will see you back in the city then.
Alrighty. seeing the Void's terrors firsthand was an experience, but I doubt fear of such creatures is at the root of Vitra's hesitation. Once Nidhana succeeds in replicating the Mach Atomos, this door into the 13th will be ours to open. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I have no interest in visiting the Void myself. Might we discuss this later? There is something I must do first. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I, at least, had good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed with our other preparations, then? As we saw, the warding scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the Void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemists who created it. Who do we know who excels in this kind of structural augmentation? I want to think... I don't know if the Ironworks has dealt with that, have they? I mean, I haven't done Omega, so I have a hole in my knowledge there. I know a little about Omega, but not that much about Omega. I've seen bits and bobs. How's my... don't know. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? So, like, it's actually the physical... what she's getting at. I like the elegance could help. Let's try. Oh, good. Okay, good. Excellent suggestion. As I recall, Sid himself is no stranger to the Void and its volatile energies. With his experience a hand at the helm, I have every confidence the Ironworks can strengthen the warding scale. Oh, so we're talking about its physical strength, not so much its magical properties. Come, let us visit their operation at Rauger's Reach and commission their best and brightest. Oh, we're just gonna pop me there. Okay, cool. I didn't have to tell you. Okay. That's handy. Oh man, that's some whiplash though. From Charlians of Thavnir to Stormblood. Perhaps this young man can locate Sid for us. Cornet, what brings you to the Ironworks? We have a commission for you and your president, actually. Assuming he's available. Master Sid? Certainly, I'll see if he has a moment free. I didn't know they were hanging around Rugger's Reach right now. I guess it's because of, the Omega stuff. Excuse me. Pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon. That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after Meteon in that bloody mess. Fair. Alright. Let's look at this talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation. It seems some manner of corrosion has set in, around a scratch on its surface. Much of the void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds, in which case our best bet may be simply to prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. And how might we achieve that? We have a coating agent for strengthening trinkets and the like, but I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. We'll construct a protective casing, one utilizing metal alloys with high etherical conductivity, so as not to impede the talisman's primary function. A suit of armor, you said. Nero has compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with a design just to be sure. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. I swear, I've never had such a reckless employee. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. Understandable. We know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. Ha! The hard part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about, doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. I think we can leave the rest in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nidhana is getting on with the mock Tomos. This is not quite as far a teleport from here. Great work. The insatiable curiosity of our alchemists has ever amazed me, though I've largely left them to their own devices since we opened the gate together. I hope Nidhana has good news for us.
Pistola! The adjustments are going well, I hope?
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Al-Zadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components, and I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nardine, what is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet,
Now you listen to me, Varshan. You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together. safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
He's an idiot, but he's a good idiot. Oh.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzatan. My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavnir for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
Aww. Well then. Oh my gosh, Cat, are you trying to get onto my computer over my leg? Hey! Come on, away from the buttons. Terror. Well, that was emotional. That was abuse. Convincing others to follow their hearts is not my forte. I would have gladly let our more philosophical comrades take the lead had they been here. You did good, Astinian. Let me pat your knee. No, actually I can get a little higher than that. Pat your side armor thing. Good job. I will not squander this chance you have given me. I will find. As... Oh, I just heard him say it too. As a jar. As... Oh, you know what I mean. My sister. What? Someone needed to give that boy a good talking to. You don't suppose I'll be reprimanded, do you? I did just yell at the satrap. I think you'll be okay. We'll have the Atomas built before you know it. When a project like this comes along, we give it our full and undivided attention. Sleep? Pah! Who needs it? Oh, that reminds me. I really should finish that other project I was working on for His Excellency. Oh? You surprise me, Hestinian. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall I say, involvement in helping Vitra reach this conclusion. 'Twas for the greater good. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night, and had travelers believing the palace racked by some unnatural storm. What of your own answer, then? You seemed disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Ratatasker's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there's a chance we can spare Vitra that pain, then I will follow you. Bummer. What will I say? I guess we'll go with that. Indeed, but perfect for our purpose, I should think. I'd rather not bother the other scions with aught less than a dire threat to the star. Now, on to specifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan, as such, is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. It would be more convenient had we some manner of base camp nearer to the gate itself. One of the palace chambers should serve. Come, let us reconvene outside Makaduta. So we're not involving anyone else. But we don't have a tank, you guys. We've got 2 deeps, me. I don't think Vestron's a tank. So I see a problem with this plan. We're missing some... I mean, Estinian's could be a floor tank, but that's not very effective. Oh no, I did go to the right spot. Alright. Conducting our expedition out of the Rising Stones would raise just as many questions as recruiting too many scions. At least here, in Radzat-Han, we might be expected to appear road-weary from our local explorations. I was put up in a guest room in the palace while I awaited my audience with Vitra. I expect we'll be given the use of something similar. And so, we will require suitable accommodations. Might we make something available for our guests? All the chambers are presently hosting the great mounds of treasure we carried out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove to make a room or two ready for habitation. Good. Please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. As you heard, we will have you settled in Meghaduta in due time. As ever, you are most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in my search for Atazal. Providing comfortable quarters is the least I can do. Only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chances of success might possibly be. Succeed or fail, I am grateful to you for convincing me to make the attempt. I feel you there. On that note, I will return to the great work and lend what help I can to Nidana. If you've preparations to make ere we venture to the 13th, now is the time. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. Okay, but who's gonna be our tank, you guys? You know what this means to me, Cornet, but my purpose need not consume you as well. We are headed to another world. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveler and an adventurer at heart, this I know. Okay, we're gonna go around grabbing a crit. Great. Oh. Meanwhile, oh boy. Those are always nerve-wracking.
Thus I am returned. To be swallowed, bereft of sandals.
Pass unlocked, adventure spur, pulse is quickened, spirit stir. That was the last quest. Is that who that's totally who I think it is, isn't it? Oh no. Journey into the Void promises to be neither short nor simple, yet I will persevere. I have kept my sister waiting for far, far too long. To be continued. Alright, I am gonna get up for a minute because I need to stand up. Since I've been sitting for like 2.5 hours. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That's better. Alright. That's why she's not answering me. She's still in stuff. Okay. So, I guess that's that for now. I'm kind of like, I haven't done the Reaper quest, but I understand it's involving like a Pact of the Void set, so I know that's, you know whose voice it. Just like, good, great. Like, I have feelings about Xenos. I do not want to have to put up with any form of him again, personally, but anyway. Alright, I guess, time to unlock the Alliance raid. In other words, go back and see Graha. Priorities. Actually, I really wonder if we'll, like, rope in Graha or something. Because the problem here is, like I was saying, who's gonna be our tank? There's, like, a party hole. That's why roping Graha worked for earlier, because then we had, you know, the fill-in for the 4th. You know, the extra, the party, right? So if we're gonna have a dungeon or something in the next, or whenever, like, we need, like, Anyway. I believe this is it, if I've heard right. Wait a minute, actually. Out of curiosity. Before I... Oh, they're not even in here this time. Oh, weird. I expected to see them both in here. I wonder if we should have tried. Now I regret I didn't go back in to talk to Cryo after, Alright then. Cornet, welcome back. Are you perchance here to see Cryo? I'm given to understand she has a task for which she desires your assistance. Exactly why I'm here. Then I shall fetch her at once. Pray wait a moment. Cornet, my thanks for coming. If you're now available, I'd like you and Raha to assist me in the task I had mentioned. For you to call on Cornet, I assume the task in question is somewhat more exciting than sorting through paperwork, which I am pleased to add I have finished. So if Cornet is ready, then so am I. Our venture to the bounty has only served to whet my appetite for field work. Harry was missing it. He's so cute. Not to oversell things, but I suspect you won't be disappointed. Ere I divulge the details, however, permit me to provide some background. As you know, our organization, the Students of Baldessian, was founded by my grandfather, Galuf. Our stated mission was to uncover the mysteries of Heidelin and interpret her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. We've since learned the whole truth, and it might be said that we fulfilled our mission, but our work is far from over. In the course of our endeavors, we've also sought to devise countermeasures against threats that come to light. Our involvement with the Warring Triad is an example of such. 'Tis my belief that in continuing to seek out the unknown and dealing with threats, we best carry on the student's mission. We best honor those we lost when the Isle of Vel was destroyed. Forgive me, I didn't mean to darken the mood. In saying all this, I simply wanted to clarify our organization's purpose for a new age. In line with said purpose, I've been reviewing new requests, and one in particular jumped out at me. It comes from none other than Rambros of the Sons of St. Quinach. Truly, something happened in Mardona then. So it would seem. He wishes to entrust the matter to us. While his missive is sparse on details, he writes that it lies beyond the son's expertise, Uncharted territory are the exact words he used. I'd like you to meet with Rambros and conduct a preliminary survey. What say you? Punch. Wonderful. When you are ready, pray make your way to Revenant's Toll. I shall let Rambros know to receive you there. I must remain here to oversee your operations, but should it transpire that more hands are needed, don't hesitate to send word. Well, there's no time like the present. If you could go on ahead to Revenant's Toll, I shall make ready, then be on my way. You cry. There you are, Cornet. It would seem we're early. My apologies for the wait. Ambrose, what a pleasure to see you again. How have you been? No, something sad. The pleasure is all mine, my friend. I've been well. It gladdens me to see that you are too. Now, I know you have many demands upon your time, so I shall explain the particulars of our request at once. Recently, an explorer came to us who claimed to have discovered the Phantom Realm. The Phantom Realm? So this is what you meant by uncharted territory. You're not familiar. Perhaps unsurprising, given that it is a lesser-known legend. This legend holds that across Eorzea, there exists a realm that appears as a mirage. Though visible from a distance, it fades away as one draws near. While it has featured in myth since ancient times, the realm's existence could not be proven, and thus it is seldom mentioned in literature. In spite of this, fueled by rumors of the occasional sighting, the myth has persisted and continues to capture the hearts and minds of explorers. That you yourself should reach out to us. Is it real then? When first the explorer in question approached us, we doubted him, but we couldn't doubt the evidence of our senses. Nay, the realm is real, as you will soon see for yourselves. But gods, a part of me still struggles to believe it, but we have no reason to doubt you, for all we've been considering where we've been, honey. Suffice it to say, we are eager to see the realm, too. And whatever truth awaits, I pray you will succeed in finding it. Seek out the explorer, one Derek. He has seen more of the realm than us, and should be willing to serve as your guide. I asked him to accompany me here, but he preferred to continue exploring on his own. He will be somewhere near the banks of Silvertear Lake, I expect. Understood. Our thanks, Rambros. Come, let us split up and look for our explorer. I'm going the wrong way. More points of interest, or is just following the path? Maybe Opo. I see a small Opo. It couldn't possibly be the explorer. Or could it? No, it's obviously not. Just in case you're entertaining with Hawkhornet, that Opopo isn't our explorer. I have the man in question here with me. It was not. Clearly. I am Derek, the one who discovered the Phantom Realm. My apologies for making you search for me. Curious about this creature, are you? I found him injured during one of my journeys and tended to him. Since then, he has taken to following me around. He's inquisitive, but otherwise harmless, so pray, pay him no mind. You are the hero who delivered our star from doom, are you not? What good fortune that one as capable as you should lend her aid. To be clear, our organization has yet to accept the commission. Before we can make a decision, we would conduct a preliminary survey. Will you guide us to the Phantom Realm? Of course. I will show you the entrance at once. The gate to the realm, long dreamed of by explorers. What are you... Impressive, isn't it? When the gate manifested, so too did this magic, allowing one to thus walk upon water. Not exactly. It's perfectly safe, I assure you. Come. Oh, this isn't gonna be like in the cutscene because it's bright day instead of pretty night. No one's around, it's fine. No one knows. It's just me, myself, and I. Clearly. Forgive me. Let us continue on. Yeah, it's all bright day. Hmm. Hmm. The Halus. To think the entrance would lie over Silver Tear Lake. There's nothing out of the ordinary with the environment. The sights, the sounds, the smells, all appear as they should be in nature. That is to say, this place is no illusion. I bid you welcome to the navel of the Phantom Realm, the Umphalus. Oh, I'm looking around all like, stop being cute. Okay. Look, look. Well, is this what you were expecting? I had no idea what to expect. Well, a little bit, but... Hmm. Oh. The Umphalos, you say this place is called. A name of my own conception, I confess. I felt we needed something to call it by. Lest you wonder, the word means navel in an ancient tongue, an allusion to Mordona's location at the heart of Alanard. As you can see, there are man-made structures, and the place appears well kept. Yet there isn't a single soul in evidence. Yeah, I admit, there's a lot of swirly things coming off these. It reminds me of something. 'Tis my hope that you will help me to shed light upon this realm, to learn who created it, and to what end. I should also like to know why it has revealed itself now. Was it simply chance that had kept it hidden? Something more? In any case, let us begin by taking a look around. I can see him over there. Wow. Clearly, there's no allusion to what it's about, is there? Pray, do not mind me. Take a look around at your leisure. I'll go poke around a minute. Oh look, there's the monkey. Is a floating fish. See, the little swirlies off the top, kind of. Okay. Funny. Where are the random minions lying around? Okay, oh. Okay, it's 3 things, okay. Now I'll start this back here. A threat? A stone monument has been erected here. By whose hand you cannot say, but the motifs wrought into its base appear familiar. Appear familiar! Yeah. Oh yeah, just a wee bit. The Opo Opo seems quite at home, wouldn't you say? How many times has Derek come here, I wonder? A number of structures such as this can be seen in the area. What purpose could they possibly serve? The architecture is unlike anything seen in the Orisia. Truly exquisite stuff. There's an arrow, isn't there? Wait. No, okay. I didn't think so. Checking. Oh, but we can still see yours down there. There's the Crystal Tower! Hey! Which I guess is why there's a vantage point right here. In the distance, you see what appears to be the Crystal Tower, though the clouds makes it difficult to be sure. It would seem that you are in the sky above Silvertear Lake. No such isle could be seen from the outside, however. Finished looking around, have you? What are your impressions? We've had only a cursory glance, but this is truly a mysterious place. Gleaming spire rising beyond the clouds, that is most certainly the Crystal Tower. Most certainly. You should know more than anyone. And judging by its aspect, we are a considerable distance above Silvertear Lake, which would suggest the gate we entered is a teleporter. Excuse me. However, if this isle lies where it appears to lie, then it couldn't have escaped the battle of Silvertear skies unscathed. Which is to say, we are in Mardona, and yet we are not. It is as if we were displaced from our world, if only slightly. Displaced is an apt way to put it. Was there aught else you noticed? Aye. The motifs upon yonder structure, they are unmistakably the marks of the 12. By which I posit that this was created to be a place of worship. But by whom? I cannot think of any who could have possibly built such grand premises. Never mind magically conceal it. At least, not in the wake of the Battle of Silvertear Skies. Aye, this is a mysterious place indeed. I don't know, there's swirly things coming off those that kind of reeks a little bit of Emeraldine, if you ask me. Magically concealed. In like manner, perhaps, to the ruins of Amdapor in the Twelves would. The city, I understand, reappeared when the 7th umbral calamity weakened the elementals. Wondering how best to proceed. Well, it seems there is but one solution for our ignorance: a thorough investigation. For this, we will require more manpowers and supplies, among other things. With your permission, we will confer with our representative, Kryl, and make the necessary arrangements for a formal investigation. If that is what must be done to commence your work in earnest, then by all means. Without further ado, then, let us return to Charlian. Oh, old mortals. You profane the sacred realm with your very presence, and must answer for your irreverence. I am Bargot, the Builder. Bargot? Then the 12 are real. Let there be no doubt, we are not Simulacria born of mortal faith. Nay, we 12 are divinities true. And in Heidelin's absence, we are the star's rightful rulers, its will. Closely we have watched mankind, and we have determined that you, champion of Heidelin, pose a threat to our ascension. You were foolish to wander into our realm. We could destroy you with ease here and now, but as divinities we must demonstrate grace and forbearance. There is but one path. We must weigh this mortal's worth. Here, let there be a trial. While the mortal would invariably be destroyed, it would at least provide us with a diversion. What? You suddenly appear and expect us to simply comply with your whims. Honey. Protest if you wish, but mortal logic means naught to gods. You will abide by our laws. Lo, the gateway to our sanctums lies open. Show us the strength of mankind. Show us the honor of mankind. show us the spirit of mankind. If man would remain the master of his own destiny, then assemble your comrades and come and prove your worthiness. Boy, what did Cryo get us into this time? I mean... Hi, Penny. Shh, being threatened by gods. I'm a little busy. Wow. 7 hells. During my previous forays, nothing like this ever happened. I encountered not a single soul, and certainly not gods. And by their own admission, they mean to take over the star. What are we to do? The situation has indeed taken an unexpected turn, but we must try to think clearly. The 12 have long been revered and worshipped in Eorzea, and the myths about them abound. But to my knowledge, they have never appeared thus, or have never thus appeared so openly before people. Penny! For these beings to suddenly reveal themselves just when we're here, claim supremacy over the star, and challenge Cornet to trial. Too much about this feels odd, and it gives me pause. Fair enough. Yet, as it stands, it seems we can't dismiss the threat either. Did he now? I don't remember. This is turning out to be another strange affair. Penny? Okay, come here. I see. What are you up to, honey? Try to decide on words. Hi. Oh, it's cuddly time. Is that it? Cuddly time with Penny. Cuddly time with Penny. Yeah. Is that it? Oh, Penny. Hello. Hers. God, they're playing this music. Oh. All the cuddles. Huh? Oh, the cuddly cuddles. Mm. Can I get back to my game now? Huh? She's totally on my lap. You can't totally see. Well, you can see her tail. You can see her tail. I believe. Yeah, you can. She's in cuddle mode. You see, her tail has become fluffy. She fluffs her tail. What? Attention. She's broken and weird like that. Meant to be your pissed off sign, but nope. The cuddly time. She poofs it too. Like, this is nonsense. Look at this fluffy tail. How fluffy. You made it. Right. Okay. Okay. Alright. Down you go. Did, but whether he was right or not is another matter. I'm gonna go with number 3. 'Cause White Mage! Yo! This... White Mage! Oh, if 'twas an adventure we sought, I dare say we found it. In any event, these beings seek dominion over the stars, they say. What happens here may have far-reaching implications. To that end, I believe we should take action. Suffice to say, you are with me. Always. Then the students of Baldessian will officially tend to the situation. We're kind of stuck. Aye, in the course of studying the star's mysteries, we have undertaken to deal with any threats that may arise. This is no different. So cry, huh? To think we would encounter the 12. Here. Right. Let us deliberate a course of action. Derek, know you aught of these beings' sanctums? Aye, there are domains in the Phantom Realm that lie beyond each gate. I've explored them all. Perhaps due to etheric instability, there are times when one can enter when ordinarily one cannot. But 'twould seem the way has been opened for us. While I encountered no gods during my previous forays, I saw enough to know my way around. But I am but a humble explorer and cannot contend with gods. If you would be willing to protect me, I will serve as your guide. Assemble your comrades. Bargot bade us. Strong as I know you are, we know little and less about our foes. Neither their strength nor their true nature. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to face them by ourselves. Nay, we must choose an approach that affords us the best chance at victory. To that end, this time I shall work behind the scenes while you set forth to answer the gods' challenge. I will do what I can in my capacity as a student. For one, it would behoove us to arm ourselves with knowledge about the 12, and I shall begin by apprising Cry of the situation. By thus utilizing our resources to the fullest, we shall overcome whatever trials await. But not wanting to come with me, Sally Ho, Graha? You're ready to set forth, and so am I. Not entirely. I have no idea about how these go, so I will probably. And it's like past midnight, so I think it's a little too much brain than I have right now. Back to this a little shortly.